Motorcycle racing produces some of the most exhilarating and intense motorsports action in the world, where riders often risk it all in this highly dangerous environment. You're watching Racers Reverie, and these are the worst crashes in motorcycle racing history. Motorcycle racing on street tracks can be one of the most exhilarating and downright crazy spectacles available to motorsports fans. So, when riders take on the annual Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix on one of the tightest street tracks in the world, chaos is sure to unfold. In 2019, the race was darkened by this breathtaking pileup that involved 6 riders during the final race of the weekend. It happened at the Police Bend, the gear circuit's notorious corner which often sends many riders off their bikes. After the first half of the race, which had already been full of crashes, a massive shunt unfolded at the police corner involving Daniel Kruger, Erno Costamo, Michael Sweeney, Philip Crow, and Derek Shields. The riders caused a huge pileup with some very nasty impacts taking place on the narrow streets.
Oh no, and it's happened again. That's another red flag. This is where the touring cars and the Formula 3 cars have all of their mishaps.
Kruger, Costamo, and Shields were all taken to hospital but managed to avoid any serious injuries. By the way, if you'd like to see more of the best motorsports content just like this, please consider liking this video and hitting subscribe for more quality content. Okay, back to the video. Let's take a look at another very scary pileup in a high-speed corner. At the fan-favorite Road Atlanta track, Caleb DeKirel was attempting to overtake Hobbs for the lead of the race and was alongside him coming into turn 1 at high speed when disaster struck. He was squeezed to the inside of the corner, his bike high-sided, and he was flung from it instantly. The 3rd and 4th place riders Jody Barry and Hayden Schultz also fell straight away as a result of the crash. Bikes went flying and all 3 riders took nasty slides into the gravel trap, narrowly avoiding their bikes as they tumbled past them out of control.
Oh, he slowed down there too. Oh no! It takes out Jody Barry with him. 3 of our top 4 down. Standish.
And out of nowhere, 7th place rider Toby Kamsuk also fell and entered the gravel trap at insane speed. He flew straight into Schultz, hit him on the leg, and then hit his head off the fallen bike. Somehow, nobody was injured in this insanely dangerous pileup. There aren't too many crashes in which a rider manages to do a front-over-end cartwheel, but Jesse Ruling did exactly that in this spectacular crash at Virginia International Raceway. Ruling was battling his opponent Sean Thomas, and their bikes were side by side at extremely high speed on the straight. Ruling was fighting hard to overtake Thomas's bike on the outside, but he got a bit too close for comfort and disaster struck. The brake lever on Ruling's bike made contact with Thomas's bike, and both riders went down in dramatic fashion. Ruling's bike flipped front over end and made huge contact with the ground, being completely smashed and thrown across the track wildly.
Oh, clipped. Oh, that is big. And one was a guy catching the backhand. The guy that was in front had no idea it was coming.
Yeah.
Thomas had minor injuries from this crash, but both were lucky to avoid anything more serious. Number 8 on our list involves this very painful-looking flip in the AMA Superbike series for rider Estefano Mesa, who caught serious air in this wild ride. During this race at Ridge Motorsports Park, Estefano Mesa was knocking on the door of a Supersport podium until this unlucky moment. The crash happened at this tricky corner when Mesa was running in 2nd position. He lost the front of his Titler's Cycle Racing Kawasaki and fell straight off his bike. It cartwheeled and Mesa rolled along the ground alongside it at crazy speed in a very nasty series of rolls. Mesa was bruised and hurt but was not seriously injured. His team, Titler's Cycle Racing, was quick to give credit for the safety equipment, which prevented what might have been very severe injuries. It was amazing to see how much the safety of modern equipment protects today's riders. Motorcycle riders often experience extreme ups and downs in their careers, from disappointing lows when things don't go well, to exhilarating highs that come with claiming success on the track. And one rider that knows all about this is Josh Herrin, when he experienced both emotions within seconds of each other during this session at Ridge Motorsport Park. Racing in the Medallia Superbike Series, Herrin was pushing his bike to the absolute limit during this qualifying session and managed to take pole and break the lap record with a blistering lap. But just corners later, his fortune turned around. He lost control of his bike in an extremely high-speed corner and came off his bike at full speed. He skated across the ground and took a seriously dangerous trip through the grass, bouncing and rolling at ridiculous speed before coming to a stop. How he managed to get up and walk away from this one is almost unbelievable, but it's all thanks to the modern safety equipment that these riders are lucky to have. This qualifying session for the Moto America Twins Cup race went downhill, literally, for Hayden Schultz after this hectic crash. Schultz was riding his bike flat out in a very fast, downhill section of the track when he was taken aback by a very nasty surprise. The rear end of his bike started to slide, and before he knew it, the bike high-sided and he was on the ground. He smashed the tarmac with serious force, with his shoulder taking most of the impact. He rolled down the track, tumbling and turning in the process. And to make matters even worse, his bike followed him and hit him extremely hard on his helmet in a horrible impact. Miraculously, Schultz was uninjured and was able to stand up and walk away from the crash. This next crash happened at a track that is known for its high-speed corners and for the commitment that is necessary to master it, but this crash happened at one of the lowest speed sections on the track. One of the most horrifying incidents that occurred in the 2010 Superstock 1000 race at Silverstone involved French rider Sylvain Barrier, who miraculously survived this appalling accident. His BMW S1000RR motorbike failed suddenly as he entered the big braking zone for the Vale chicane, not a good place to have a failure. It caused the bike to jolt and shoot Barrier straight into the air, and he landed directly on his head as he snapped down onto the track.
No, it's seized.
Oh, it's seized. Must have done.
Absolutely, that's completely seized as that. No question of that.
Wow.
That's an engine failure that caused that for sure, Jack.
His body convulsed as he bounced and skidded towards the gravel as another rider narrowly missed running him over. Somehow, Barrier managed to walk away unscathed. During the 2023 Moto America Supersport final qualifying session, the heavens opened and soaked the track with absolutely torrential rain, making the conditions completely treacherous to ride in at flat-out speeds. Easy Racing's Edgar Zaragoza was caught out by the slippery surface, and he didn't get it easy. The lack of grip caused his bike to wobble dramatically and spit him off straight on the ground at crazy speed. He slid along the track alongside his bike and slid straight into a metal barrier in what looked like a very painful hit. Thankfully, he walked away from the crash, as it could have ended a whole lot worse. So there we have it, the worst motorcycle crashes ever. As we saw, horrible high sides and scary shunts are all a part of motorcycle racing, and these riders truly are modern-day gladiators. Let us know in the comments which one of these crashes you thought was the worst, and tell us if we missed any. Please smash the like button and subscribe for more motorsports content. This has been Racers Reverie. See you in the next video.